He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my late review for Braxton Family Values, but I feel like it ain't late because only one Braxton showed up. Well, technically, two, but Daddy Braxton did too. But again, I was not in no rush to review this show. This is season 6, episode 11. Let's get into it. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. That just, Lord Jesus, and be an active subscriber, which just means, look at other videos, share the videos, like the video, and of course, comment in the comment section. Also, do not forget to hit the little notification bell because that lets you know when I have new videos up. Also, as y'all know, I have merchandise available. I have new merchandise available. Y'all know I have the hoodies. I have 2 sets of hoodies. I have one set that is, worry about the business that pays you. I have new hoodies available that says I give 0 times 0 fucks because I say that all the time in my reviews. So again, and I have it in hoodies, I have them in t-shirts, have men t-shirts and women t-shirts, and also have I give 0 times 0 fucks mugs. So again, go to the website, check out the stuff, buy, support. But I love that I have merchandise available for y'all to buy in the first place. And again, the link to get the merchandise is in the description box below on the Teespring website. Thank you. The lipstick that I'm wearing in most of my videos, this is a question I get all the time. It's always Fenty Beauty Stunner Lip Paint. The theme song in the beginning is Karla Pace. The song is called Love and Music. The link to get the song is also in the description box below. Now that is all out the way, baby. It's 2:30 in the morning, so it's technically Saturday. I went live early today. It was absolutely amazing. We talked a little bit about Braxton. Someone asked me about it, but I was like, I'm going to do a review about it, so, I'm not going to talk about it too much. The episode opens up with Tracy crying. Okay, they say it's 3 weeks since the ladies did not show up. So 3 weeks ago, the girls didn't show up. This happened, when one sister decided to show up for production or whatever. These are the events. Dun dun dun. And it's Tracy. Tracy at home crying like crazy. Saying how it's just so hard, feeling like that she's the one that's always left out. She brings up how Trina called her in a conference call and put Umba on the phone. Umba's Tawanda. So basically, Trina called her with Tawana on the phone. They had a conversation. She says how they was basically telling her that she should not tape to stand tall with them and not shoot any scenes. Now, the thing about it is, production already said how no one shot anything for 3 weeks. So it doesn't look as if Tracy did not stand with her sisters. It seems like Tracy was the first one to stop not shooting. Clearly, if no one's been shooting for 3 weeks, Tracy did not shoot. She waited 3 weeks. She was the first person to give in and come back working. So I'm like, someone eventually had a crack, and it happens to be Tracy. She says how they're calling her a traitor. She says someone told me that I was dead to them, but she said she won't say who it was. Of course, everyone assumes it's Tamar. Whoever said it, I'm looking like, really? Why would you be? This is the thing when Tracy. This is the thing about Tracy. Tracy was saying how one sister said, "You're dead to me." No one can make me believe. Just based on seeing Tracy in past episodes and how Tracy go tick tick boom, no one just out the blue said to her, "You're dead to me." What probably happened was they were on a phone conference and they all was arguing, and then within that argument someone did say, "You're dead to me." But I don't think Tracy was just sitting there quiet as a church mouse and not saying nothing and saying, "Well, please get." I think they was arguing about it. Tracy was saying how she was going to continue shooting. It was a full-fledged argument, and someone said that to her one way or the other. But again, she won't say who it is. But I'm like, even saying that makes it seem as if it's like it's Tamar, but whatever. But she said, I signed a contract, so I came to work, and I get that. Tracy is treated as any other job. People walk off their jobs. People try to protest, or protest, or have a whole little strike. It's more of a thing to have a little strike to get more money. But she's like, I have a job to do. Basically, I need the money, bitch. I'm going to work, is what she was saying the whole episode. She brings up how they treat me like a distant cousin and not like a sister. I'm like a sister cousin. I'm not a real sister. They do treat Tracy fucked up. I agree with that. Do I agree with that? The dynamic with the sisters is weird. I'll say that. Tracy has always been the kind of one on the side, like over there somewhere. But I feel like it's because Tracy is the only one who stayed in their hometown, so she's the homegrown sister, so she isn't as out of state as the other one. So I'm like, it's weird, but Tracy has always been the one on the corner, the one over there, the other sister. She's always been the other sister. So she feels like she's treated as the other one, and the other one does not really matter. But I feel like they treat their brother the same way. We don't ever see them talk about or hang out with their brother. So my thing is the brother included in that? Because I'm like, it's weird, because for me, I feel like the show is called The Braxtons, but no one talks about how they got a whole brother who don't be into anything. So is he also left out? I'm like, it's just weird. I don't know. Anyway, she then brings up how, it feels like it did 22 years ago. When they told me to choose between being pregnant and having my baby or signing with my sisters, the Braxtons. It is, at this point, I said, Tracy, you need to get over that one. I mean, she has a reason to be upset now, seeing that her sisters wants her to strike with them. But you need to get over what happened 22 years ago. 22 years ago, they made a business decision and they didn't want you in the group because you was pregnant at the time. I think the weird thing was, it was something like Tracy, or no, maybe Trina already had a kid. It was something weird to where she was like, it was weird because Trina either already had a kid or she had a kid later. I'm going to say this is the difference. It's a difference between a person already having a kid and being a touring mother versus someone being pregnant on tour and then needing to be off to heal from having a baby. So I do think there's two different things, but I can't remember if it was that Trina already had a kid or if she ended up having a kid later on. But I'm like, if she had a kid before they signed, I don't think the reason for them telling you to make a choice was because they didn't, because you was for any other reason besides they did not want to have a new pregnant person on tour trying to do stuff. Because when you're pregnant, you can't, and 22 years ago, the entry was completely different. Nobody was really having kids back then. If you think about it, every person who was pregnant having kids had to hide their pregnancy if they were already in the group. Y'all were a brand new ass group. And the sisters should have said, you know what, we're not going to sign at all. They didn't make that decision. It's fucked up. But if y'all haven't healed from that 22 years later, don't bring that shit on TV and bug us about it. Don't do that. Not in season 6. No ma'am, no sir, no thank you. So her daddy there too, of course, he consoling her. Oh, it's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. Telling her, be great, be you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody take your shine. You was born to do what you're born to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't let anyone take away who you are inside of you. Giving her a whole good pep talk or whatever. But I'm like, again, it wasn't as if she showed up. She waited 3 weeks and went back to shoot. I'm looking like, oh God, it's so stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid to the point to where it makes you give less fucks. When you don't give any fucks and you have to give less fucks than that, that's where we are right now. Okay? So the rest of the show is just Tracy. It's Tracy, her husband, her kid, her daddy, and some things or whatever. We see Tracy babysitting, still talking about how this feels so bad. You know what I'm saying? I want my sisters around. It was a repetitive conversation, like the first 2 or 3 things. I'm so sad. They think I'm a traitor. I want them to be here. I'm like a stepchild. Blah 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 blah. Again, I'm like, Tracy, If you gonna move on and do things on your own, you need to shut the fuck up about your sisters not being there. Just do you. And the reason I said that is because once Tracy got into hanging out with her husband, talking to her daddy, talking to her son, it was like a regular ass show. The depressing and boring part was her ragging about the sisters because we don't care. And the main reason is because we know they wasn't shooting, and we know the reasons why. They want more money. Okay, we get that. They want more money. They want their own. They want things. They want amenities to being on the show. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? She was bringing up how, I miss my family. I miss break with them. Saying, but I respect my sister's decisions to not film. Cool. But she felt like they don't respect her decision to film. Cool. That's fucked up. They each need to respect each other's decision. The only thing is Tamar was saying, I think Tamar and Trina was saying that the issue was how they all had agreed to not do something. So the sister's issue was, we agreed to not do something and then you went on and did it. That's the issue. That's a valid reason for all of them to be mad. Like, it's valid for Tracy to be mad that she changed her mind and they won't respect her decision. And it's also logical for the sisters to be upset that we made a decision together and then you did something different. They both have valid reasons to feel how they feel. I also feel like they was arguing and saying shit to each other, but there's not enough fucks to give to care about, what's going on. So, I'm like, she says how she does talk to Tony and how her and Tony text. Says she does talk to her mom too, meaning she don't speak to the other three, to Wanda, Trina, and Tamar. But hell, her and Tamar weren't talking before in the first place, so what does it really matter? She's like, at this point in life, I have to be able to do things for me and my family. We get that you don't have other things to do that gets you regular money on a regular basis, okay? We get that this show is your job, it's your check, okay? And if someone told me, hey, we gonna not work at all, why? For how long? Am I gonna be replaced? Or I can be replaced? Bitch, I'm gonna go back to work. You have to be. Tracy don't have the money that the other ones have. I'm gonna say that because I'm not sure to this day what Tracy did all those years when she wasn't on TV. I'm assuming her husband was the breadwinner and that's how they was living. Because again, I don't know what Tracy did. I don't know what Trina did. All I know is Tawanda I know Tawanda and Trina was backup singers for Tony. I know Tawanda was also Tony's assistant. I'm not sure what Tracy did all these years. So I get she like this is a steady paycheck. And with Tamar said how she not even getting paid Love and Hip Hop money. If she getting paid $2,000 an episode and she doing 20 episodes, that's still what is that 40,000? Yeah. That's still 40 grand. That's a regular person's salary. You know what I'm saying? So she may not be getting, 100 grand a year, but if she's making 30, 40, 50 grand a year doing this show, that's amazing. That's still a nice salary when you're not out here living in LA trying to have mansions. So it's different. Like the amount of money that Tamar probably used to making based on her inventing all that stuff is higher than what Trina may be used to. And so Trina is okay with getting paid $2,000-$3,000 per episode. And if she make them out 40-50 grand doing this show, that's still 40-50 grand that she depends on. And then if she don't have it, it fucks with her family. So I mean, look, let it be what it's gonna be. Anyway, we see Tracy a little bit in the studio finishing up her album. I told you I did a review of the album. The album is actually good. I mean, now hearing her performance, I feel like I was bamboozled a little bit because she didn't sound the way that she sounded on the record. So I'm like, they threw some things on it to fix that voice for it to be perfect, because the voice wasn't perfect when she was singing. And I'm not hating, because I told y'all I love her album. The album is really good. I've listened to it a few times since it came out last Friday, and it's called On Earth or Rebirth. I think it's called On Earth. It's a good solid 8 songs. But she was in the studio, and I was like, that ain't how she sounded on the thing. They must have added some things to it. Anyway, she's talking to her manager Cliff, and Cliff was like, I'm proud of you. You're taking a stand or whatever, doing what you need to do. And she's explaining, I just have to come here. I came here because I had to work. You know what I'm saying? It's like, was it Marshawn Lynch? And I'm just here so I don't get fired. I have said that a lot. People say, why you at work? Because I ain't want to get fired. That's it. I'm only here so that I do not get fired. If I can get paid and not be here, bitch, I would, but I can't do that. So I'm here so I don't get fired. She brings up how she's grown now, how she had to take a stand for her and make a decision. Again, the first few scenes of her was repeating the same thing over and over again. I don't see nothing wrong with her trying to make money and be on the show. I just need her to not keep talking about it. Because again, you don't have to have the same conversation with everybody, because that's what makes the show boring. Now, this is when the show, I would say, for me, it gets a little bit entertaining because it goes into the regular life of people. We see her daddy. I don't hear a lot. I guess if Mama Braxton ain't there, so here come Daddy Braxton. I guess that's how it goes. So he is talking with little Kevin, okay, because he wants to do a little baptism, a little dedication, a little christening to Kevin Jr. I think it's weird they call the kid Kevin Jr. I mean, he can't be called K3 anyway, because he's the third Junior. He's the third Kevin, but it is what it is. Anyway, Kevin Jr. saying he don't know about Kevin the third because his girlfriend, baby mama, was raised in a different religion, and she may not be okay with the kid being baptized, christened, dedicated, or whatever. So he has to talk to her first. And Daddy Braxton, like, you know what? I would love to do it. I have the time today. I'm like, calm down, bro. I think call him calm down, pop, okay? Let it be. Let's leave it alone. You asked him. He said he need to figure it out. Let him figure it out. Kevin also brings up how baby Kevin is so young. What if he does not agree with this when he gets older? Like, he's so young that we're basically making the decision for him. He like, well, just talk to your girl or whatever. Just talk to her and see what we're gonna say. So we do see Mr. Braxton go talk to Tracy and Kevin, again bringing up his concerns for baptizing, christening, or dedicating little baby Kevin. And he brings up how he, Tracy, and Big Kevin have a great relationship. He's always around them, whatever. And you know what I'm saying? They just talking. But again, the scene of them like at her house, and she bought a new house. They at the house chilling in the backyard, eating crab, like the whole little crab leg thing or whatever. It was an interesting, entertaining scene. They were laughing or whatever. It was a regular scene and wasn't nobody arguing. So, for me, that part was entertaining. At least I wasn't like, oh, this is some bullshit. I mean, it was her talking to her daddy and with her husband. It's the way the show should be in the first place. Like, the sisters, I feel like the sisters don't always have to be sitting around at Tony's house or sitting around at Tamar's house talking about, let's do an album. No, bitch. Like, y'all all have separate families. Why won't Trina shoot with her husband? That's your life. Why won't Tracy? Why wouldn't Trina shoot with her kids at her bar? Like, that's y'all life. This whole contrived thing of y'all have to always be together and getting along and be happy-go-lucky and rah as this boom by. No, sometimes, every once in a while, yes, have that. Maybe every other episode, y'all all be together. But, I mean, hell, show Tracy at home. Show Trina at the bar. Show Twanda. Show Tony planning their wedding and Twan be her assistant. I don't know, but again, the story has gotten so boring to where they don't do shit besides talk about getting together. I don't like it. Anyway, Tracy then says to her daddy about the dedication that she feels like, of course, the baby is Kevin and Olivia's, so it's up to them on what they want to do as far as the dedication. And she also brings up, I want to wait to do the dedication because I want my whole family there. So clearly there's a big divide, which to me, to let this show create a divide between a family is petty on all levels. Like, it's on all levels from everybody. Like, the mama, where's your brother? Like, what, he don't have no, I mean, like, it's just crazy, and then she's like, I just want the whole family together. They then bring up how at Logan's dedication, they show the scene from that, how both Mama Braxton and Daddy Braxton was both involved in dedicating him and christening him, and how the whole family was there. And I remember it was a funny scene seeing Mama Braxton and Daddy Braxton going back and forth trying to basically one up each other about talking and preaching or whatever. But it was the whole family together dedicating Logan 3 years ago. Again, those were the kind of scenes that made sense. These scenes not don't make no sense. Every scene the sisters shoot is 2 or 3 sisters together talking about the other ones. well, you know what I'm saying? Tony ain't planning the wedding. You know, Tamar ain't talking to us. Well, you know, Tracy has got a whole grandchild. You know, Trina got a whole abortion thing. She want to have her do this. You know, Tawana got a fake ass boyfriend. It's really a deal, though. Like, they're always talking about the other sisters. And it's stupid. Anyway, so she's like, I just want to wait until, like, I want everyone to be there because, you know, family matters to me. And he like, you know, well, you might be waiting a long, long time, so we don't know what's going to be. So we do see Kevin Jr., Kevin III, Olivia, and Tracy all meet up, and they basically agreed to let, you know what I'm saying, Pop do the dedication for the baby. It was cute or whatever. Kevin Jr., he looked a little funny to me. Anyway, we then see Big Kevin and Tracy going sex furniture shopping. Even though this made my skin crawl, even though I felt like they was doing the absolute most because they knew we have to be entertaining because there's only us shooting this show. I'm like, they went to a furniture store, and I'm not going to try to be sedity and high mighty or whatever. I'm like, but the furniture store look a little rinky dinky or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I know each city have their own. Like, we had Gardner White here, we have Art Van here, you know what I'm saying? We have Value City Furniture here. I get that. And they all up in a little furniture store, and we want to get some furniture for our boom room. We've been waiting for 22 years to get a boom room for our kids to leave. And they going from from bed to bed, basically putting themselves in different sexual positions. You got Kevin like, yeah, flip over. Yeah, I can do it. Like, yeah. And I'm like, what kind of porno for old people is what's going on here? He like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That one got a mirror on the headboard, so it's cushioned for your head, and I can see myself in the mirror. I'm like, that's a little bit nasty. Then you had him like, oh, do the dresser come with it? It's called a bedroom set. Yes, sir, it's a bedroom set. The dresser comes with it. Yeah, get up on here. And having her like get up on the dresser to see if he can. I'm like, first of all, that is just too much. That when you want to do stuff like that, you shop online. Okay, you shop online, say this is what I want, and then you go in the store, you say, oh, we just looking, and they had the salesman walking around with them as they getting in bed to bed, doing, like bent over, her spread her. I'm like, doing extraness all the damn time, but whatever. I feel like they did. It was entertaining. I'll say that. It was something different. It was entertaining. I was laughing and cringing, but still, it was a thing of at least it's her doing something with her husband that parents who have their kids out the house probably do. They do go buy new furniture because you have a whole new room to decorate. Anyway, I'm like, y'all is on in that damn store fucking. It's just nasty. So we do see baby Kevin Jr. getting christened, and no one is her mama not there, the other sisters are not there, her brother isn't there. I felt offended for her. I do. I wonder if they was like, if you're gonna film it, we ain't gonna be there. I feel like if you really wanted it to be a family moment, Tracy, you could have not filmed that if it was really about a family moment, because I feel like if you ask them, will you come? And if the stipulation was, if you're gonna film it, no. If you're gonna film it, we can, no. Like, I would say family means more to me, so let's not film this scene. Let's not film the actual christening, but the dinner afterwards, because after christening, it's always the dinner. After that, that part can be filmed. And we can say, well, we didn't show this part because they was there and they didn't want to film. And that, again, can be a part of your storyline. But again, I'm like, if they didn't come, regardless if it was filmed or not, that's some bullshit. I'll say that. I felt some kind of way when I'm like, not even her mama. And remember, Kevin III is the first great grandchild. How, as a parent, do you not go to your only great grandchild's christening? How, as a sister, do you not go to your sister's only and first grandchild's christening? Like, you can't let anyone distract you from the fact that at the end of the day, family is all that matters. Like, point to the blank to the period. But whatever. We then see Tracy Well, you know what? The brother wasn't there, but most of the time the brother ain't never there. So whatever. Tracy called Dr. Congo. I don't know how to pronounce his real name. I'm gonna call him Dr. Congo because he always talking about how he's from the Congo, and she's bringing up how she's just kind of stressed and how she kind of has gained some weight or whatever. And then he is like, well, you know what? You can come to my wellness camp in LA. Now she of course live in DC. Was it DC in Washington? No, Maryland. She lives in Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. And so she's going to fly to DC. Fly to LA to be a part of his wellness camp there. So when I seen this, I said, okay, this is what they're going to do. I got it. So she brings her best friend, Nikki, who I guess is a radio personality or whatever. So she's there. We then see Lunel comes. Nellie Nunn is there too. I'm like, okay. So this is the whole thing of them saying that she brought other people on the show. I feel like this. I feel like the way they told us that there was going to be other people on the show was kind of spent out of control. It was kind of weird. They made it seem as if, oh, they're going to be on the show with her and the show going to be based about them. I don't think there's anything wrong with how this kind of played out. So they're at a wellness camp where all of them are there to fix themselves in some shape, way or form. You know, you had Phaedra, who because Phaedra was there too when she walked in. So it's like a retreat. Tracy went to LA to be in a retreat, and it was staged. It was completely staged. Because you can't tell me, because the people who you pick, really, those women would never just out the blue be at a wellness camp. Nellie Nunn, Lunel, Phaedra, and Tracy Braxton, and then Tracy's friend Nikki, girl, the fuck bad. So again, they definitely staged it. Like, that part we know. They definitely said, who can we get to be on Dr. Congo's wellness retreat? Who else can we get that maybe want to come here to fix whatever? Who knows? I don't know. But it was staged, but it still made sense as Tracy is trying to get herself together for her little tour. The ladies, Nellie Nunn, she just had a baby, and for her it's hard to balance being a wife and a mother now because she's a new mom. It makes sense. Even Tracy's friend Nikki had lost 50 pounds and was trying to still work on herself. So everyone had a thing. I don't know what Lunel there to do, because I feel like Lunel is always either drunk or high. I believe Lunel was sitting there smoking some weed, like smoking one of those vapor things or whatever, vaping. I don't know. What was she? Oh, I imagine that. I can't remember because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Phaedra come in, and Phaedra is like, Phaedra extra. Honestly, I could have done without Phaedra. Phaedra, to me, plays a character. Okay, I never think I'm getting the real Phaedra. I feel like Phaedra's always on some bullshit, either one way or the other, and I feel like Phaedra's full of shit. So I don't like Phaedra. I don't. I do not like her. I feel like she's there to play the Phaedra role, even when she say, I'm Phaedra Parks or whatever. You might know me from, I'm a Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm a white. No, you're not married anymore. You're divorced. You're not on that show anymore. So you're not a housewife of nothing. Anyway, we see when Tracy goes to the bathroom, at least Nellie Nunn, Lunel, and Nikki is talking about the sisters walking out, what's going on, like why Tracy. So they basically got them behind her back. Tracy come back in or whatever, and they having conversations about it. Tracy does bring it up. And when she bring up how, it was kind of weird for me because they decided not to shoot the show, but I decided to come back and shoot the show. And for me, I felt abandoned how they abandoned me 22 years ago. And Natalie like, what happened then? I'm like, Natalie, is you that young that you don't remember? Like, you don't know? But I don't know if you just stupid that way. But she brings, back then they signed a deal without me because I was pregnant. Girl, you need to get over it. Just please get over it. Okay, I just can't do it. I cannot do it. About the whole, I don't care. So the premise of having Lunel, again, who was this? Lunel, Nellie Nunn, and Phaedra and the girl Nikki was like a scene. It was more, it's gonna be like an episode more than them coming to replace. But it kind of makes sense. Truth be told, they should do more of that. The ladies, the part of the show could be, who do y'all hang out with in regular life? Bring them on the show here and there. Like, let's see them be sisters together, but also let's see parts of their life. It's cute to see Tracy on her own with other women trying to get herself together. But you know, but it can be like a segment of the show, not a whole show, not a whole show, but like an episode or two. Just, you know, and it will work. But no, they want to be stuck on stupid and pause on dumb and be up and fussing, fighting, arguing over bullshit, and then walking out not making no money and get mad at the one sister who trying to make some money. And I'm like, I don't care. But again, I don't care for Phaedra. I'm gonna say that now. New York ain't on here yet. I'm assuming that's gonna be the next episode. So again, everything is kind of playing this way out. But we see from the preview that on the next episode there is a conversation with Tracy's on. Tracy goes to see Tamar. We see Tawanda and Trina had a conversation. We see Tracy talking to Tony. So someone decided to shoot some scenes. I'm assuming after the whole thing of them realizing we TV gonna proceed with or without them any goddamn way, and they can be replaced. Someone said, "Let me go shoot a scene or two to keep my damn job." So we'll see what happens next week. But look, I'm gonna say this now. This show needs to end after this season if it continues on to the exact same premise that it is now. If the sisters can't like show their own families, their own friends, and have different segments, and then every 2, maybe 3 episodes they are all together, the show can end. Because no one cares about who doesn't get along. No one cares that, you know, Twan has a fake boyfriend. No one cares that Trina cut her hair off. No, it's stuff that no one cares about. And y'all boring. Again, this episode to me was more entertaining simply because it was something different than we've seen these past fucked up 2 seasons. So, I mean, follow that premise. Take Phaedra off. Maybe not bring in Lunel, because Lunel sometimes I can't tell what she's saying because she be high or drunk. But you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. Even her friend Nikki. Cool. I'm not a big Nelly Nunn fan, but even she seemed enticing enough for me to think, well, dang, you know, is she having a hard time being a wife and a mother, a first-time mom and a wife? That can be a big change for someone who's a bad girl and don't, you know, and all crazy in these streets. It can be, you know what I'm saying, daunting to have a whole human being to take care of, and you have been only about self your whole life. So I'm like, that's a good thing to do. But, you know, I'm just a goddamn viewer. Anyway, put your comments below on how, if you watched the episode of 1, and if you did watch it, would you be here for a season of Braxton Family Values if they really showed all the sisters' lives separately with their own little sets of friends, and then periodically have them all come together for like a family dinner, like maybe every Sunday they all come and, you know, have Sunday dinners together and chit chat and neck and paddle back and give some dogs and bones, you know what I'm saying, or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's 3:03 a.m. Put in the comment section what time you are watching this review. That will be the comment, and then put your initials. So mine will be 303 and my initials will be JOJ. So peace, bye.